Hello everyone, it is Saturday, October 12th, 2019. Of course, Wednesday was New Comic Book Day, which means today, Saturday, is New Comic Book Video Time. There was another really big week for books, so we have to jump right into what we picked up. First book from DC Black Label, Joker Harley, Criminal Insanity, cover 1. Cover 2. And a really cool black and white cover right here. Have not had a chance to read this, but I'm hoping to get some reading done tonight because I've been putting in a lot of hours this week. So moving forward with DC, Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy number 2. Catwoman number 16. This was kind of a double Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy 2. This was the Harley cover here. And the Poison Ivy cover. Really nice looking covers. Non-connecting, but still really cool looking. And these were selling pretty well this week. Flash 80. The Batman's Grave. I'm looking forward to reading this right here. Book number 1. Detective Comics 113. This is cover A. And the B cover, which I thought was really nice. Kind of a deceased cover there. This book sold really well, and if you don't know why it sold really well, look at the last page of the storyline. I don't want to, give it away to anybody, but most of you probably already know what it is, but a book that definitely people are starting to grab a lot of. Wonder Woman number 80. B cover, really nice one there. A couple of more 100-page DC Giants they did. This is Batman right here, $4.99. Again, that's not a bad price for 100 pages. And again, it's kind of the Walmart takeoff. They also had a Villains book here. And Secrets of Sinister House. The one thing I didn't like about the Secrets of Sinister House, although they are all 100-page giants, or this is actually an 80-page giant, this had a $9.99 price point on it. These had $4.99 on it. So 20 more pages, $5. 20 more pages, $5 less. So, and my pick for Book of the Week, it is from DC, and it is The Joker. This was written by John Carpenter, and if you don't know who John Carpenter is, shame on you. The story was really good on this one. John Carpenter is a really good storyteller, obviously, with the movies he's done in the past. And this is no exception. Really good book. There was also a one-per-store variant that just had the Joker face on it that sold really quick. And actually, some shops didn't even get it. So I don't know where those books go. But if you have a chance, pick up the Joker right here. But a lot of shops have sold out of it because it is a really good story and people are just grabbing it. So that's what we have for DC. We're going to jump right into Marvel. Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 11. Reprint right here. Amazing Fantasy 15. Perfect example. Again, I love these books right here because $3.99, but it just has the original ads in it, and I think that really adds to the makeup of the book. You can get a really expensive book for $3.99, and this was selling pretty well too because, again, it is an Amazing Fantasy 15. Amazing Spider-Man, which is an Absolute Carnage tie-in, number 31. It's kind of a homage cover right there. Those of you who read a lot of this will know the cover I am talking about right there. Last in the storyline right here, this is House of X. The connecting cover. Kind of slowed down on the sales on House of X. But it actually pretty good storyline, which is nice because, X-Men has been getting kind of a raw deal, for a long time because the stories have been really bad. Immortal Hulk. This is the director's cut number 5. And another Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 11. This is the Mary Jane variant. I had another Mary Jane variant. I don't know where it is right now. So that's what we have for Marvel. And of course, the larger of the stacks is going to be the Independents. First one we're going to show, I showed this last week. This is Vampire State Building number 1, but this is a glow-in-the-dark variant right here, which looks really cool in the dark. Too bad I can't turn the lights off to show you, but really, really cool. The Watcher number 3. Show's End number 2. This is Ronan Island number 7. Again, another storyline I'm enjoying. I'd like to hear if you're reading this storyline, what you think of it here. Ice Cream Man, cover B right here. Coffin Bound, and I believe this is number... That's it. Number 3, Coffin Bound number 3. Didn't have it on the cover, but then you look at the bottom and it's kind of tore up. So the way they did the cover of the book this week. Coffin Bound number 3. Funny cover of the week, Edgar Allan Poe's Snifter of Terror, Season 2. Giving Hitler a big old punch right there in front of the Nazi flag. And again, big market for World War II type covers, Hitler covers, Nazi propaganda or the Japanese stuff. And here it is right here, perfect example of that. The Bridgewater Triangle, this is a strictly cover purchase only right here. Of course, Zenescope does females better than anybody. Here is another cover A of Ronan Island number 7. Again, these are in no particular order, so just kind of bear with me right here. Jughead the Hunger versus Vampirilla, or excuse me, Vampironica. So used to saying Vampirilla. This was a cover for Ice Cream Man. Hatchet Halloween Tales number 1. This is from American Mythology Productions. What else we have here this week? We have Spawn 301, another one. Too many covers on Spawn 301, but there was a couple I did pick up. Of course, I was going to pick up this one, of course. This was a no-brainer. And then a really, really nice, I think it was Alex Ross who did this one here, 301. There's a regular cover there. And then a really nice Virgin variant of that book right there. But again, overall, way too many covers on this. I think there was 15 covers on Spawn 301, which is way, way too many. And a couple other things I picked up. A friend of mine, comic book artist here locally in Las Vegas, Vic Moya, knows I'm a big Halloween guy, you know, Friday the 13th, which all of you also know because it's no secret that I love that stuff. And he did this piece for me right here. It's Jason and Michael Myers fighting over a little Harley Quinn action. And if you can see, she has her Camp Crystal Lake t-shirt on. So really, really cool. So thank you, Vic, for taking care of this for me. He also gave me the pencils and the ink version of it right there. So really, really excited to add that to the collection. Of course, I showed earlier, he did a lot of the artwork on the Testament comic book, and I had the original first page of that book. So thank you, Vic. And then I was able, you know, we've talked about this a lot on this. You know, I'm a big Betty Page fan, and I always show the Betty Page books. And I was just out with my wife today looking for stuff, you know, just kicking around. And I found a little shop that had original prints from the original negatives that Irving Klaw did, who was the chief photographer for Betty Page, who kind of got her, you know, well known with all of his pictures. And I was able to pick up a picture from the original negative. And there's the little certificate on the back that kind of says that. So I was real happy to pick that. Real cheap. And, you know, you're getting a piece of history right here because, again, if you're a Bettie Page fan, you know the clown and all that stuff right there. So there is that. So those are the things I kind of picked up. I had a question from a viewer, and I've made comments in the past as it relates to vintage books, that certain books, or even, you know, new books, certain books are just going to get a premium. Doesn't matter what the price guide says, you're going to get a premium. And he was like, well, I don't understand that. Well, anything EC, pre-code horror, you're probably going to pay more for than what the book says. But some other books, he kind of asked for a mainstream, you know, give me a mainstream example. So we're going to talk about a book right now. Now, I was able to pick this up, you know, in the last couple of days. I was, you know, real happy to add this to the collection. This is a low-grade version of this book, but this is a book right here that's very desirable, that everybody wants to try to find. And this is The Amazing Spider-Man number 40. Right here. This is the first origin story of the Green Goblin. And of course, this is Romita Sr. art and cover for this book, and Stan Lee did the story. Now this book right here, you're always going to pay a premium for it. A lot of people charge more for Amazing Spider-Mans, especially, you know, early runs of Amazing Spider-Man. Anything 1 through 50, you're probably going to pay a little bit more. Regardless of the grade, of course, you're going to pay a little more than what the price point is for the grade in there. And so this was just an example right here. Again, this is not a high grade book, but you're going to pay more than book for it because that's just the way the market is on certain books. Of course, 50 is another one. I think that's First Appearance of Kingpin. That's one that you're going to pay big money for. But this book right here, you see this on t-shirts, posters. It's what they call just an iconic classic cover, of course, done by a classic artist in Romita Sr. So this book here, you're going to pay more for. So this is a perfect example. And again, people will say it looks better than, you know, a lower grade. This is like a 2.0. But again, Mylar, this is the halfback boards. They're going to make everything look really, really good. And again, I'm tough on grading anyways, but this book right here, really, really nice book. So I was happy to add that to the collection. And again, I'm gonna mention this again. I know the video is kind of all over the place. This is kind of how it is. Again, I will be selling at the Las Vegas Comic Book Festival, which is at the Las Vegas Public Library on, what is it, Flamingo. And that is November 2nd, Saturday, November 2nd. I will be selling books. I will be bringing some vintage books. I don't know what type of vintage I'm going to bring, but I am going to bring a lot of stuff to sell. So I hope to see you there. If you are in town, or if you live in town here, you're coming into town, stop by and say hello. Even if you don't buy anything, just look for my big banner right there, because I'll be hanging it from the from my area. So, and again, I appreciate all the support. I say this every week, but I really do appreciate the support that I get. And again, you know, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. I appreciate that. If you know somebody who might like the video, let them know about it. If they're not a subscriber to the channel, let them subscribe. So again, thank you so much for that. So I hope you liked the video, but as always, if you didn't, nothing I can do for you. Have a great, great day, and I'll see you later.